On August 14, 2014, it was announced that fecal coliform bacteria were found in the Flint water supply, after the proposed plan to use the Flint River as an emergency water source. 2 months later, the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality stated that problems with the leaking valves and old pipes could be the possible causes of bacteria buildup in the water supply. The following year, there were reports of children developing rashes on their skin and dirty, discolored water coming through the sinks and bathtubs in many
Mom,
homes.
it's yellow and it's a filmy, gross, foamy thing, and it would smell like open sewer.
Residents angrily complained and protested at city hearings by bringing containers of contaminated water. Research teams from Virginia Tech found high levels of lead in water in 40% of homes. Also, 3 Flint schools tested positive for hazardous levels of lead in water after being examined by the MDEQ. By December 14, 2015, Flint declared a state of emergency. Many community organizations and churches have provided aid to Flint by donating clean, bottled water. Student organizations at Wayne State University also participated in providing outreach to Flint residents.
It started to be a big deal in September, October time, even though it started back in April or even the year before that. It caught my eyes during one of the Facebook posts, and on the radio I heard about different people suffering from this water crisis, so I decided to do something about it in December, and in February we tried to take initiative campus-wide. We held multiple water drives, and we had multiple info tables describing the situation going on in Flint and collecting monetary donations and physical donations themselves. We actually got the entire campus involved in it. We got Wayne State University involved in it. They started their own campaign under Wayne Cares. We got a great response from all the students around in Greek organizations or other student organizations that there are at Wayne State University. And we collected enough donations to amount to 10,000 water bottles within less than a month. So that was pretty impressive, very successful. Ended up donating it to St. Paul's Episcopal Church.
It was a lot of fun. Transporting the water bottles and going on just car ride and the whole meeting the Walmart staff and just talking to everybody was a good time. It was a whole fun trip and the whole gist of it. Meeting the church people, they were very nice. They're very giving to us. They let us store the water bottles inside the church and they're very helpful about it. So it was a good time.
It made me feel good about myself. The thing is, like, I've come from like the southwest of Michigan, and personally, I didn't know where Flint was until like when we left. I didn't even think it was an hour away from where Detroit was. I thought it was like right next to Detroit. And driving there and seeing how everything was going, it's hard, but it's good to help out.
Saw that a lot of companies and a lot of celebrities, actors, actresses, athletes were donating physical water bottles to the Flint community, and we started hearing that Flint was almost at a capacity for the amount of water bottles that were coming in, and storage was becoming a concern. So we really put a lot of effort into making sure that our students could go up and make a difference. And based on student interest, we expanded our initial trips from 3 to 5. So we went February 12th, February 19th, February 26th, and then March 5th and March 12th. We went up to Flint and we worked with the food bank of Eastern Michigan each of those times, and took anywhere between 10 and 25 students, staff, and faculty all participated in that, and we provided the shuttle transportation from campus to Flint and back.
Going on, and they kind of got dealt with the short end of the stick. In my personal opinion, I hope everything goes well for them, and I want to do whatever I can to help them out.
Really eye-opening to see that bottled water is difficult. It takes like a case of water to bathe. So that was interesting. And then how do you heat it? And so just from I think what most people would consider a necessity of bathing, and how much that is taken for granted with not having a clean water source.
It's a sad thing to happen. I feel like more should have been done to avoid this. It's been almost 2 years now since the start of it. Honestly, it should have been fixed probably about months after it started. It shouldn't take a year and a half.
Recently, President Obama offered $5 million in aid and declared a state of emergency in the city, which has led FEMA to become involved. Governor Rick Schneider apologized for his administration's failure in handling the issue and has appointed a committee to work on further water testing on other facilities in the city.